Talking about big ups. Talking about big ups. Talking about big ups. Let's talk about my guy. Let's talk about my hero. Let's talk about my G, Drake, Aubrey Graham, and this interesting development regarding the whole Kendrick beef, right? And the fallout regarding it. So this is courtesy of Music Business Worldwide. It said Drake demands to seek Kendrick Lamar's contract details in discovery battle in Universal Music Group. So the details of it are kind of sketchy and make him look kind of nuts, but let's read the article anyway. Drake's legal battle with UMG has intensified, with new court findings revealing the extent to which the rapper's legal team is seeking to access to internal UMG documents. They include Kendrick Lamar's recording contract with Universal, which Drake's lawyers argue is central to proving his defamation case. In a declaration filed on court on August 12th, seeking to compel documents production from UMG, CEO Lucian Grange, Drake's legal team detailed months of discovery disputes with UMG demand access to documents from the company's highest-ranking executives. At the center of the dispute, Drake's allegation that UMG had contractually authority over Kendrick Lamar's music and deliberately chose to release and promote Not Like Us, which Drake claims contains defamatory allegations about him. According to the court documents, Drake's legal team has been seeking all contracts and agreements between UMG and Kendrick Lamar's Duckworth, his agent, or anyone working on his behalf, including all contracts and agreements between reflecting your right to approve, reject, refuse, publish, edit, amend, veto publications of Kendrick Lamar's Duckworth's musical works. The discovery battle reached a flashpoint when UMG produced Drake's lawyers described an incomprehensible version of Kendrick Lamar's record agreement. In July 3rd letter, Drake's legal team compelled that you produce a heavily redacted version of the Interscope agreement with Kendrick and the extent of the redactions. Drake's lawyers argue that the redactions are plainly improper, especially because the parties specifically agreed to treat these types of contracts as attorneys' eyes only. The legal team now has demanded UMG produce an unredacted version of the document. The contract details are crucial to Drake's case because the lawyers allege the UMG executives had a contractual power to prevent the release. The lawsuit specifically targets UMG's right to approve, reject, refuse to publish, edit, amend, alter, or veto the publications. Drake's legal strategy centers on the premise that UMG's highest-ranking executives, including Lucian Grange, John Janik, Monty, Avery Lippman, were personally involved in approving and promoting content they knew would be defamatory. UMG has to date resisted providing documents of the executives, initially claiming that they were apex custodians. However, Drake's lawyers claim UMG later abandoned the argument after being presented with the case law showing there's no blanket prohibition. Both Drake and Lamar released the records on UMG through Republic Records. In court filings, Drake's lawyers have argued that Lucian Grange and John Janik were involved in the initial publication, Not Like Us, while Avery and Monty Lippman, as president and CEO of Drake's label, failed to prevent their publication. Drake's team also alleges that John Janik, particularly relevant to UMG's decision to publish and promote the defamatory material. Furthermore, Drake's lawyer believed the relevant to the case since Lucian Grange was to present 2025 Grammy Awards when Kendrick Lamar won the Song of the Year and captured on video celebrating Kendrick Lamar's win. Drake's lawsuit also alleges UMG incentivized to devalue Drake's music and brand in order to gain leverage in negotiation for an extension. So in short, Drake just hasn't. He's going to the nths with this, right? And I would love to know, I would love to believe that the reason why Drake is going to the end with this whole thing is because there's something more nefarious going on in the background that doesn't really relate to the whole like pedophile thing. It's because I think as destructive as those allegations can be, I don't want to believe that that's the main reason why he's going after him and main reason why he's going after UMG. It has to be more so with the fact that he felt as if there were forces conspiring against him in the background that were trying to take him down and use the opportunity, you know, of the whole Kendrick battle to kind of like bury him and crown a new fucking king of hip hop and kind of like put him to the side as he was negotiating with his new re-up at Republic. That's what you'd hope. But as more time has gone by, it's sort of feeling like more and more like this isn't even like a serious thing. This is just more so a thing of like him just maybe not being willing to accept the fact that he lost the battle. It says Drake is looking to expose alleged acts of domestic violence committed by Kendrick Lamar in defamation case against UMG. On Tuesday, Drake's legal team filed documents in motion of their federal lawsuit against the music giant over K.Dot's Not Like Us record, requesting turning over a dozen documents pertaining to the case. Among the 75 documents requested are demands to give up documents relating to domestic violence, violence against women, and or other violence committed by Kendrick Lamar Duckworth. In addition, the filing asks for all documents communication related to Day 3 and his relationship with Kendrick and Kendrick's children. He wants he wants Kendrick to prove that those kids are his, and he wants Day 3 to clarify and to really clarify his relationship with Kendrick's wife and his kids. I don't know. This is fucking weird. Drake's lawyers are also seeking an unredacted version of Kendrick Lamar's UMG contract, as well as the custodial files of UMG CEO Lation Grange. XXO has reached out to content. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I really enjoyed the battle when the battle was just between these two guys. I didn't enjoy the battle when the fans got involved. I thought the stands ruined it, right? I think everyone can agree on both sides. The stands ruined the battle. They made it not fun. They made it not enjoyable. But I did enjoy seeing somebody that I rate like Drake going after or going at somebody like Kendrick, who a lot of people regard as the best MC out. And I really enjoyed their sparring. I thought it was really entertaining. And I thought, if anything, Kendrick brought out the best in Drake. Obviously, Kendrick ended up winning. But I thought Kendrick brought out the best in Drake. Like, iron sharpens iron. And I would have just preferred it just ended there. Like, because, you know, I never believed this notion that, oh, if one person loses, their career's over. They're both superstars. Like, you can tell by Kendrick's tour and how successful that's been, and his performances and the sellout and shit. They're both superstars. So no matter what happened in the beef, no one's career was going to be over with. No one's career was ever going to be over with. So I would have preferred to have lived in the place where they just moved on, you know, after the battle. But for whatever reason, no one could move on. It's turned into this whole other thing. And now here we are, many months after the fact, right? And it's still going on with this court case. And I guess now, because it's gone so far, Drake can't exactly drop it. He kind of has to kind of go through with it. But the more he goes through with it, the more he looks weird, because it kind of looks like he just can't get over the loss. When probably, I assume, this lawsuit, or again, not assume, but I would guess from Drake's perspective, this has less to do with him losing the battle and more to do with what Kendrick said in Not Like Us, and him feeling like it was defamatory. It probably ruined possible money-making opportunities. It's a cloud over his head, whatever it may be. Do I think it's that deep that Kendrick called him a PDF? Not really. It's hip-hop battle. People say mean shit to each other. You start flinging mud. It is what it is. Didn't he say he abuses women? I don't know, whatever. It's just it's not that deep. Not that deep, really. But then again, I can't tell somebody how to feel about something that's said about them. So I guess you have to let it play out and see how it goes. But it's disappointing that it's still going on like this. Because I would have preferred, honestly, they're still sending fucking subs to each other in records now. That would have been annoying. But I would have much preferred to have heard these guys subbing each other. Like Kendrick saying stuff at his live show, Drake throwing little fucking jabs here and there. That would have been way more entertaining. But this court drama, like with UMG and stuff, like, you know, and kind of people getting into the weeds with record labels and Lucian Grange and I don't give a fuck, man. Of course, most of these guys are fucking evil and conniving, and, you know, it's just like it's a whole kind of industry musical chairs, and it's like, of course, there's all this skullduggery going on behind the scenes of the music industry. I don't doubt it, but it just takes away from the sanctity of and the beauty of that battle and how culturally important it was, and how much people, like, imagine that was one of the only times I can remember in hip-hop in recent years where people were really dissecting lyrics. We live in a post-academics world, right? We live in a post-academics world where everyone's obsessed with first week sales and all of that nonsense. But the beef between Drake and Kendrick was one of the only times in recent years where people were dissecting lyrics. I loved it, man. The Kendrick fans on their side reading into everything Kendrick's saying. The Drake fans reading into everything Drake is saying. Like breaking down the bars, breaking down the symbolism in music videos and Instagram posts. It was fucking great, man. These guys playing into it. It was fucking awesome. Then the stands got involved. Then the fucking blog page. Then it got really lame. And now we got this court. It's like, oh. Now you forget about all the good records that came out of it, man. You forget about all the good records that came out of it. It's such a shame. It really is. Like, the day Family Matters dropped, I still remember that day, how amazing that was. Hearing Family Matters and thinking, oh my God, this might be a top 10 Drake record of all time. And then hearing Not Like Us for the first time and thinking, oh my fucking God. You know what I mean? Like, and now it's all fucking gone. Here we are. So hopefully they sort it out. They probably won't sort it out. It'll probably have to go until the very end, because we're there already right now, right? We're literally at the very end anyway. Or we're too far for them to kind of call it quits. So I guess they're going to have to just, take it to as far as they can take it. But I just really wish, I really, really wish we weren't here. I really, really, really wish we weren't here. Okay, moving on. Let's also check out, actually, I want to check out some clips from the recent Drake tour, because Drake's really on tour at the moment. He's fucking killing, having a good time. He was on stage recently with Yeet, by the way. Look at Yeet's chain. I'm not really much for chains, I don't really care much for jewelry and shit and all that gaudy stuff. But that fucking chain, that bell chain is fucking crazy. And the way it dances, the way it fucking sparkles, the way it blings, you can tell those diamonds are real. It's fucking interesting as well now. You can clearly tell when people get like fake diamonds and real ones, because they sparkle way differently, innit? You can tell this guy spent some money on that. That looks fucking incredible. I love that. Another picture of Drake here on tour with this leather vest that says, I know what you did. By the way, that font is like, what's that font called? I remember that artist Caramel Bobby used it a lot. I forgot the name of it. But this font is having a bit of a renaissance. Tyler the Creative used it for his Don't Tap That Glass, obviously. Album coverage set on his merch. Drake using it on the back of his leather jacket. I forgot what this merch is, what this font is called. But I know Caramel Bobby used this font. This font has really been popular in the last few years. It's kind of had a bit of a renaissance. I'm not mad at that font and that jumper. I know what you did. I know what they did last summer. I'm assuming this is a fucking thinly veiled threat and reminder to the industry. And also, I think somebody mentioned the other day, like, since the beef, like, Drake hasn't, I think someone says, since the beef, Drake hasn't collabed with a single American artist. He's kind of keeping them at arm's length. No more free promos, no more stimulus packages. After everything that went down and the whole people switching side on him after the Kendrick battle and shit. So I think this is definitely part of the, narrative that it's him against the industry. I know what they did last summer. Love to see it. Drake running across the stage there. I ain't mad at that either. Let's see this. We got a little clip here of Drake performing in Zurich. By the way, that new Yeet album is so fucking good. Recommend you check it out if you haven't checked it out already. Still coming to terms and conditions with how I'm feeling soon as I know I hear it. Some more pictures of Drake on tour, behind the scenes, hanging out with Zach Beer. I guess that's Zach Beer. But I think he's signed. I think isn't Yeet signed to his record label? I think so. But yeah, Zach Beer there. Yeet there. Drake wearing his leather vest that says what? Sex. Sometimes I love the guy, but he's a bit corny, innit? Like, what the fuck? Like, you're too old to wear this sort of shit, innit? Like, sex relieves tension. A badge on his leather vest. #1 on the side. Like, I love the guy, but he's really, really, like, he's really light skinned. That's the thing about it. He's like the personification of a light skinned guy. Like, he just leans into the corn. He can't help it, man. Just see who he is. Sex relieves tension, Jesus Christ, brother. But hey, see the back of the vest there. You see him coming off his jet. Fucking incredible. Imagine people have private jets and he has a fucking whole plane. Like, god damn. Cool. More clips from him. Knife talk in Zurich. I really like that stage design, by the way. Maybe it's just me, but I'm a big fan of this stage design. Obviously, it's a copy from what Kendrick's done and Travis has done the same sort of thing. where he performs in arenas and he turns the entire arena floor into a dance floor. So you have the stage being the kind of runway, this like perspex glass bridge runway thing that runs across the perimeter of the arena. I think what's his fucking name? I think Fred again did something similar as well. This is a really good way to kind of utilize the space to get more people packed into the dance, get more people packed into the main floor, create a bit of an atmosphere as well. Yeah, I really like it. I think it looks fucking cool. And obviously for the videos and shit, it's fucking great for the footage when you pick up. But that's a really cool way to do your live sets, I think. Here's a clip of what? The Swiss rowing team went crazy. I guess this is some challenge. I don't know, something kids are doing at Drake live shows. They're all sat on the floor and pretending they're rowing. I'm not too sure what this is about.
Watch out, watch out. Hey! 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 Oh yeah! Yes! Yes! Down! No! Down!
That was fun, I'm not gonna lie, that was fun. Drake making the ring walk at his final show in Switzerland. By the way, this must be cool, innit? This must be fun, right? This must be fucking fun. I wish a DJ would do this actually. Maybe a big DJ should do this. Like the ring walk to the DJ booth, walking through the fucking audience and shit, getting your pats on the back. This is very gratifying, right? Gratifying to see all the girls looking at you doughy-eyed, all the guys looking at you doughy-eyed, all the high fives and shit and smiles. This must do wonders for your ego, wonders for your confidence. Having all these people looking at you like with starry eyes as you're walking towards the stage from the fucking from the stands and shit. I love this. Drake wearing Texas merch. He's just like fucking Brendan, isn't it? Brendan and Drake share a lot in common there. He just moved to Texas recently wearing Texas merch. Brendan just moved to Texas now. Can't fucking stop wearing Texas stuff. What is it? Back at the doghouse again with Yeet. We checked that Yeet quadrividy. Drake and Yeet perform. We've seen that one already, right? We've seen this one already. That was fun, man. To be fair, if I have one criticism of the thing I've seen of Drake clips performing live, he doesn't really perform. I guess that's his thing that he does. He likes to turn these live shows into like massive karaoke sessions. Like he's literally like he wants a fan to be singing along to the records himself. He's just like an MC, right? Hyping up the crowd and kind of, you know, taking them on a bit of a journey. But he doesn't really perform. I'd love if he actually performed. Like, you know, what Kanye does when he goes and performs his shows. He's mostly like rapping into a microphone, like with no backing track and shit. With Drake, it's mostly him kind of, you know, guiding the fucking crowd, but mostly letting them sing along to records because he's got loads of singing on records. But I've seen a lot of his stuff is just him jumping up and down and screaming and shit, which I don't really like, you know? If I want to see someone perform, I want to see perform the fucking tunes, but maybe it's hard to do when he's got so many songs, it's so many, you know, it's a long set. I think it's like a 2-hour show, but I don't know. That's the only thing I don't like. Too much jumping around and screaming. What's this one? Coming to a city near you, OVO Sound. What's this about? I think this is a trailer for the tour, or maybe this is a promo for his new jewelry piece that he's just recently got.
Up top, what the fuck is up, y'all good? I don't give a fuck if you love me. I don't give a fuck if you like me. Asking me how did it feel? Can't say it didn't surprise me. Last time I looked to my right, you niggas was standing beside me. How can some people I love hang around pussies who try me?
Okay, cool. Drake bought Adonis. He's got his son there on stage. Drake's son on stage as well. Nice. Cool. Drake via IG story. Switzerland got to bring this energy tonight. This reminds me of that. This reminds me of that meme, innit? That meme people share online of like the girls like, oh, he's probably out there cheating on me, and this is the boys. This is where he's at. He hasn't replied to any of my text messages. He's probably out there cheating, and actually, he's out. He's at a Drake show on the ground, fucking nuts to ass with some random person at the show, pretending to row to fucking Kiki. Do you love me? Like, god damn it, man. We continue. Another picture of Drake with Gordo. New stuff coming there. Drake performing what? Blue, green, and red on tour. Let's see this. Oh, I like the glow in the dark ear monitors. I'm not mad about that. The glow in the dark in ear monitors. I'm not mad about that. I'm on the outskirts of town. Friends that I treated like family. They were just hanging around. Hey! Cool. And that's it, really, isn't it? That's what we got, really, when it comes. Oh, and let's see his chain. New chain just dropped. Drake's new icebox chain.
Speaking of great gifts, you got me a great gift. It's ice. It's an ice box.
Oh shit! It's an ice box.
It is.
I love the little pout. You can't resist the little pout. I love the little pout that he does whenever he sees himself in the camera. He just can't resist the little pout there. But yeah, cool. Big up Drake. Big up Blood Clot Drake. Big up Blood Clot Drakey. You love to hear it. You love to hear it.